Hello beautiful, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this a little bit of an impromptu video. This is not usually what I film, but I really want to film a gift guide because I don't know if I'm good at giving gifts, but I feel like I'm somewhat okay at giving gifts. And I have a special, I don't want to call it a formula because I don't want to give myself too credit, but I have a little bit of a formula of how I give gifts. And I want to share some things that I give people and how I think when I do gifts, and just give you some suggestions if you have some people in your life that are super hard to gift to. Because let me tell you, I don't know if you agree, but the older I get, the older my friends get, the older people around me get, the harder they are to gift to. Why are people so complicated? This idea actually started when I was talking to my friend Samantha in March, and she was talking about her filming and editing a gift guide video, and I was like, oh, I've never done that. I don't think I'm gonna do that. And then the more I thought about it, I was like, you know what? Listen, I have some ideas. Let me throw out a little guide for you. This is gonna be 10 different things that I suggest gifting to people that you do not know what to gift. These are things that I would be happy to receive. These are things that I have given to other people and that I genuinely think that anyone would be happy with any of these things, or at least one or two of the things on this list. And that's what I wanted to talk about. And my little formula when it comes to gifts is to give people something that you think that they would like, but that they wouldn't necessarily buy for themselves, because it is a little bit of a luxury. And when I say luxury, it's not that it's necessarily expensive. It could be buying a more fancy type of chocolate. Someone who likes chocolate will buy chocolate, but maybe not necessarily the more expensive kind of a chocolate or the expensive kind of a wine. Or maybe they like, I don't know, going to restaurants, but they can't afford to go to that expensive place. Or maybe, let's start with the first one, maybe they like scented candles, but they buy the ones from Bath & Body Works, and that's perfectly fine. I myself would never gift someone a candle from Bath & Body Works unless they're not from the US, and maybe it could be seen as a little bit of an exotic thing to get a candle from Bath & Body Works. But if you have a friend that loves scented candles and that buys scented candles from Bath & Body Works, buying them a candle that they just themselves could buy, it's not really that fun of a gift. But buying them maybe a step up, like a little bit of a fancier candle, maybe it's from an indie brand. When I'm filming this, I don't think that Fantasy Cosmetica has revealed this, but I know they will by this video goes live. They just released some scented candles. They are lovely. They're beautiful and they smell really, really nice, but maybe it's not the type of candle that your friend would be looking for. Another brand that I would highly suggest is, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, it's Voluspa. Am I saying that correctly? I feel like Voluspa is the one. They make, first of all, really amazing, high quality candles. They smell great. They're a little bit more complex without being difficult. You know, they're not the kind of scent that oh, either you love it or hate it. No, they make really nice scents. They're not too complicated, but they're a step above apple pie. And nothing against apple pie candles. I don't want my house to smell like baked goods. It's just not my journey. Voluspa also makes really beautiful candles, and I have gifted Voluspa candles to friends, family, neighbors, because when you burn through the candle, the jar that's left is beautiful and you can keep it as a vase, as a keepsake, just a really, really pretty thing. And you can find these at Sephora actually, and I've bought some of these candles through Sephora. You usually can find them in home decor stores. I know that Anthropologie has them, so I will link both of these options down below. Honestly, I think that if you have a friend that likes scented candles, buying them a scented candle that's just a tad more luxurious than they would usually go for, I think that's a hit. Next thing that's also from Sephora is the Sephora perfume samplers. It's really, really, really hard to buy a perfume for someone unless they literally told you, I want this perfume. And I'm that bitch. Listen, I tell my husband I want this one. I'll send him a link. I don't want to be surprised. No. We're not doing surprises. I want this one. This specific one. I'm boring like that. But also, he doesn't want to buy me the wrong one. But if you have a friend, have a family member, have someone that loves perfumes, these perfume samplers that Sephora does around the holiday, they're amazing, and they also come in some more affordable options, and usually they come with a voucher, where you can exchange the voucher for your favorite one out of the ones in the sampler set. Maybe they come with 8, maybe they come with 10. I bought the one from Sephora. I see over here, like the little pouchy bag. There's like, I think 10 or something in there, and I can exchange a voucher for a full size of my favorite one. But I also know that sometimes they do mini sets where there's less samples and you can exchange the voucher for a roller ball of your favorite. That's such a great options for like Secret Santa, because they're usually not that expensive. Or maybe you have a coworker that you're gifting to, or a friend or a niece, something like that, that's a little bit more affordable, because I want to give you options of gifts that feel fun and thoughtful but are not $200. Listen, if I can buy a gift for someone for $200, I can make it feel luxurious. But it's like when you're balling on a budget, how do you make less money feel like more money? The next option I want to give, and this is just something like a food for thought. This is the perfect gift for Secret Santa or for someone that has that specific interest. Buy them a deck of cards, the drawing book, like the paint books for adults, something like that, that has a theming that the person really loves. And this got me thinking even more when I saw over at Amazon, and I will link them down below. They're super amazing. You probably heard about people being over the moon excited about the Sarah J. Maas books, A Court of Thorns and Roses, and I'm reading the Throne of Glass series. You can buy like the painting books for adults with different like motives from the books. That's such a good and affordable gift to give to someone who is so into this book series. Honestly, they're great. I'm gonna leave them down below. I think that's a great idea. But you can also find these like books, or maybe like little cartoon books, or like deck of cards or bookmarks or anything like that, with so many of these different franchises. Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, anything. It's such a great gift to give something that's tied to a lore that they really love and enjoy, but at a more affordable level, but also again a luxury or something that they might not have themselves thought of. Just a phone case, honestly. Like, there are so many cute things that you can buy that shows that you are paying attention to their interests. But also, like, you can't buy them the book, because obviously they already have the book. They like the book. We're just buying them something else tied into it. This is one of my favorite gifts to get and to give, which is a subscription. It is that luxury to getting a gift for a longer period of time. I have been gifted wine subscriptions. I have BarkBox myself. Giving BarkBox to a friend that has like a dog. I think they have like for cats as well, right? Such a great gift. You can give it for only 6 months. Giving a magazine subscription, that is a subscription that I have given to many people. I gave my mom a subscription for Baking magazine. I gave my stepdad a subscription for like a scientific magazine that I know that he loves to read. It's one of those like added luxuries that buying a magazine, it ends up being money, but it's like so nice to be able to get that gift. And also after Christmas, maybe you give them 6 months subscription or something to get that gift and to be reminded of you and your amazing gift for several months ahead. Also, there are chocolate subscriptions. I have a coffee subscription. I will actually leave that down below, that I pay for myself. Love that subscription. I will thoroughly miss it when I move from the US. It's such a great subscription. So that is something that I highly recommend. And also, and I'm putting this in the subscription category, but if you have someone that is really hard to gift to because maybe you have very different interests, do they play computer games? Because almost every computer game and even console games have some kind of in-game currency at this point, and you can usually buy like actual gift certificates. I've seen them at Target for like Blizzard, Riot. I'm sure that, what's that other game that people love? I keep forgetting what it's called. There's so many games and they're usually in-game currencies. And let me tell you, even if you don't play computer games and even if you like don't get it, trust me when I say that as someone who does, if you gift me in-game currency, you might think that you're gifting me nothing, that you're giving me air, that it's pointless. But as someone who plays, I will be grateful. I've gifted subscription time for World of Warcraft to my brothers because it's a great gift. It's truly appreciated. Buy them in-game currency. You can buy like an actual gift card, put it in an envelope. Trust me when I say they will like it. Speaking of fancy things that you will like but might not like buy for yourself, self-care sets. There's a lot of those right now on Ulta and Sephora. I will link a couple down below that I think are really good. Something with like bath oils, body scrubs, body lotion, maybe from a brand that's one step above from like what this person usually would like. I don't buy these kind of stuff for myself, but when I get them, I love using them. Maybe there's a set with a body scrub and a body oil. Maybe there's a set with a scented candle and a body scrub. Like self-care sets like this, again, they can come off fairly affordable now in the holiday seasons, both at Sephora and Ulta. Like I said, I will see if I can find some sets that I think are really cute and really giftable. These are a great set, and again, also great for like Secret Santa and stuff, because sometimes I also try to think with like gifts. It's something that feels luxurious, something that the person might not treat themselves to, but also something that's like, if it's totally wrong for the person, it's at least fairly re-giftable. That's also good sometimes, because listen, if I give someone a Secret Santa gift and it's totally off base, at least I gifted you something that you can give to someone else. I'm not mad about that. This is a little like, I don't want to say weird, but this is something that, again, it's something that everybody uses, and I would be super grateful if someone would gift this to me. Fancy glasses, like serving dishes. I found some really cute glasses that I'm like, ooh, I kind of want to get these. I will link them down below. This is also like a really nice set to give someone. I feel like making cocktails and mocktails at home has been really big as of late, and giving someone just a set of some really nice fancy glasses, it doesn't have to cost that much, but I feel like it's one of those things that it's always nice to make a cocktail or mocktail, just having literally a glass of Coke in a really nice glass. And also serving desserts in these glasses, absolutely amazing. And I think this is a great gift as well. And faux fur blankets. That faux fur blanket, I got gifted a faux fur blanket actually by Colourpop, and it literally saved this family when we lost electricity for almost 3 days in a row. And we didn't have, because all our heating here is electrical, and we lost power because there was an ice storm, so it was really cold inside. And we were under this faux fur blanket, and our pets love the blanket, even when we're not losing power. And the blanket is one of those, like, it's a little bit more luxurious. It looks really fancy, but you can get some, like, affordable options, and pets love them. They're such a nice, like, to throw over your, like, bed, throw over your couch. One of those, like, just to bring out in like fall winter season. Even if you're living in a warmer climate like me, it's still a couple of degrees colder. Honestly, I was so happy to be gifted something like this. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not an easy person to gift to, because I'm the kind of person that I will tell people what I want after I already bought it myself. But gifting me subscriptions, or gifting me that faux fur blanket, gifting me a fancy like scented candle, that will make me happy. So I just wanted to share, and I know it's oddly specific, but I was really happy to get a faux fur blanket, and I can only imagine that there are more people out there that would be super excited about that. So I found some really cute options, and again, I will link those down below too. If you have a friend that's getting into reading, I definitely think that gifting books is still a great idea. And I always like recommending different book series. And I feel like with the popularity of book talk, I feel like there's a lot of people right now that are getting into reading. I don't want to say for the first time, but like truly getting into reading a lot and getting through a lot of book series maybe for the first time. And I have been reading on and off my entire life since I was, well, my grandfather taught me to read when I was 5, but since I was 8, I've been reading like books, and I've always loved reading. I read my mom's books. I bought so many books. I actually decluttered and gifted away my books before I moved here to the US, but I had several bookcases filled with books that I've read, and I love giving recommendations of books to people. So one book I recommend everyone to read is Pope Joan. It's such a good book. Such a good book. Highly recommend it. I also really like the series. It's Leon Hearn, I think, but it is about the clan Otori. It is soft fantasy set in the Middle Ages in Japan. An amazing book series that I truly love, and I don't hear a lot of people talking about it. There's also a really good book series by Marie Lu, which is like that dystopian, almost like, I don't want to say young adult, because I feel like I don't understand where that came from. Can we just drop that? The young adult? I don't understand that. I don't understand that genre at all. I don't think that that fits in any way, shape, or form. But her first book is called Champions. It's a trilogy. It's an amazing book series. It's a dystopian about a strong female lead. And if you have a friend that's been enjoying like the Sarah J. Maas books and you want to gift them another book, I would highly recommend you to gift them the Marie Lu series. It's an amazing book series. I actually saw on Amazon that they had this really cute gift packet with the 3 books together. I will leave a link to that down below. The last time that I went to one of those like White Elephant, Secret Santa things, I brought a book from one of my favorite authors, and I highly recommend you to do that as well. But make sure to pick something that's maybe not like widely loved and known and hyped. Pick something that's a little bit of an underdog. Maybe I should have mentioned this when we were talking about fancy glasses, but the same way that like making mocktails and making cocktails have been so popular, I feel like doing charcuterie boards at home, I don't know if that trend is over now, but I definitely feel like there is a time and a place to gift someone a pretty charcuterie board or a charcuterie board set. I will link both of those down below. I have been gifted 2 different charcuterie boards since I moved here to the US, and honestly I use both of them a lot. I think they're super pretty, not only for making charcuterie boards but for putting cheeses on when we're eating cheeses, or for putting like so many different things on. We've used it for a lot of different things when we are just eating snacks in front of the TV, and getting a really nice charcuterie board or getting a set like that can really just make it a little bit easier, especially when they have different those little cheese, even just getting a cheese set. I will try and find a good one of those as well and put it down below with the little knives and the board. I don't know, it just feels luxurious without costing too much money, because eating a charcuterie board, eating like a cheese board, eating like a snack board like that, it is a little bit extravagant. It's not the everyday thing that you eat. So getting something like that for that, it just is that added thing that maybe not all people would buy for themselves. But when you have it, it feels luxurious and you are happy to get it, because I feel like a lot of people would like that. I mean, your aunt would like it, your grandmother would like it, your coworker would like it, your bestie would like it. I feel like a lot of people would be super happy to get a gift like that. The last thing I'm going to mention is actually what I'm wearing today, and this is a name necklace. And I think that this, I mean, remember Carrie? Like Sex and the City, she had a Carrie necklace. I bought this off Etsy, and I will link the exact place that I bought it down below. It didn't cost that much, and they made it like, it says Angelica, you can see, for me. And I just think this is so cute. It comes in silver, it comes in gold, it comes with different fonts. You can choose your different font. And I think it comes with longer and shorter necklaces as well. And honestly, this is such a nice, not too expensive. It's a great gift. I mean, it's a great gift for like your best friend, your sister, your niece, your mom. Maybe, I mean, I gifted it to myself. Gifting it to bridesmaids. I feel like this is the nod to early 2000s that is just enough nostalgia to be like cute and fun and like a bit of a talking thing and like an icebreaker, but also it's not a butterfly thong visible in your low-rise jeans. It's not, that's not the nostalgia that anyone is asking for. I think this is the perfect nod to nostalgia, and I would highly recommend to check this out. If you have a friend, maybe especially in my age bracket, that actually liked Sex and the City, gifting them their own like name thing, because they probably had a name necklace back in the day and then having a new one now, I feel like it's the nostalgia that some of us really need in our life. So I will link that as well down below. Let me know, what is your favorite like gift recommendation? Let's have the comment section be a little bit of an inspiration for all of us. What do you like to gift to people that you feel like have everything, or where you're a little bit unsure what they like, what their interests are? Is there something that you are like, oh, this usually works for this type of person, or for a white elephant or a coworker or a best friend, anything like that? I would love to hear about it. One thing that I also sometimes do and gift people is homemade candy or homemade cakes. I'm not that much into baking as I used to be, but that's also, if you're that kind of person, listen, you gift me home baked goodies, we're BFFs forever. Let me tell you that. So please let me know your thoughts down below. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I will see you again probably tomorrow for a new video. Bye!